Longtime West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Director Dan Navarre is retiring this fall after 16 years within the organization and 36 years in the recreation industry, leaving a powerful legacy of accomplishments benefiting the community. Dan's innovative commitment to the quality of life in the community he has served is immeasurable. His passion and outstanding character has also left a mark on the relationships he has created throughout his career.
Dan has always been a kind and caring person, very easily approachable. I think that makes him a great boss. You know, any questions or concerns, approachability is number one for Dan, definitely.
He cares passionately, not only for his staff, but for the people in the community. He lives in this community, he works in this community, and so he pretty much embodies the perfect person to do a job like he's done for the last 16 years here.
He knows everyone, he's so connected. Whenever there's an issue or anything comes up, he knows just the right person to call. It's that institutional knowledge, that experience in the community that just makes him really a great director.
Through Dan's leadership and his hands-on approach with key community partners, many improvement projects were completed. One of the most noted accomplishments was the development of Marshbank Park into an award-winning multi-use park and facility. Since the beginning of his tenure as the director of West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation in 1999, Dan is responsible for securing nearly $4 million in grants used to largely fund the Commission's improvement projects. Those projects include the renovation of Bloomer Park, the creation of the skate park at Drake Sports Park, and acquiring and developing an added 2.5 miles of the West Bloomfield Trail.
You know, one of the things about the trail renovation or the acquisition of the trail property, Dan was the leader in that he saw an opportunity. I think through some of his train connections, he knew the owner of the railroad over in Wixom, who owned our section from Haggerty to Arrowhead, and he was able to, behind the scenes, and it took a long time, I want to say 2 years worth of negotiations to try to purchase that property, and through his determination and his passion, we were able to get that piece of property, and like I said, it's the crowning achievement of his career, and it's probably one of the biggest jewels of our community in our park system.
I joked because when I first got here is how many communities would love to have this trail, and they even have the access and the resources to it, but they just haven't been able to get it done. And Dan, somehow through his effort and hard work and relationships, he was able to do what few places have been able to accomplish. And Dan's done it in not even one career, a half of his career. I mean, it's amazing when we go places, the impact that trail has, and how many people ask about that one thing we do, the trail, and what a big deal it is. And Marshbank is great, and Drake is wonderful, and Carner is fantastic, and we have Shoelock and the Family Aquatic Center. But the trail is that one thing that unites the entire township.
A longtime resident of West Bloomfield Township with his wife since 1978, Dan's high standards and sincere dedication to the community in which he lives is more than worthy of respect. That respect led to the development of a strong parks team to build a best-in-class parks and recreation system and to bring the parks and the community closer.
He has made significant improvements to all of our parks, and he's the type of individual that doesn't stop. Once he completes one project, he's ready for the next, applying for the next grant and making improvements here, there, everywhere.
I think his impact is that since he has lived in this community for so long, he knows, he runs into people all the time, socially as well as professionally. And so he can take all of that in and then be able to give it back out again as part of his job. And so I think that makes him a much more sensitive leader.
He's brought the park systems closer to the community and the community closer to the parks. He's engaged the community, networked with the community, and made sure that the organization as a whole is part of the fabric of the community by encouraging staff members to join organizations in the community and be active and engaged.
Dan was the person that recruited me and sponsored me to be in the Optimist Club. So through that, we've worked very closely on projects there and going to weekly meetings. So it's kind of fun to know him in a way outside of the work environment.
As a 2013 honoree of the Optimist Club, he was recognized for his exceptional contribution to the community in fulfilling the Optimist Creed. Serving as president of the Optimist Club for a year, the leadership role continues with Dan no matter what shoes he is wearing, and his compassion for those around him is unprecedented.
He's a leader and optimist as well as he is here. I think Dan Navarre will be a leader and has been a leader no matter where he's gone in life. He's just a person that people gravitate to because of his demeanor and his warmth and his interest in the people around him.
Even though a lot of staff doesn't see him on a day-to-day basis, it's amazing to me when I'm at a recreation or a commission meeting and Dan can remember the people's names, what they do, what we're doing in the parks, what we're doing in the recreation staff, and it's amazing how much he does know about his staff and what they're doing.
You know what the thing I like, the thing that's underappreciated about Dan? Dan comes every morning and says good morning to every single person in this office, and that's a small thing, but it's impactful. It means a lot, I think, to everyone here. The simple fact of acknowledging them and saying good morning.
Interactions with Dan are always just really easy. I never feel nervous or stressed out because he's, you know, the guy in charge. He is really down to earth, and he treats all people the same, you know, whether it's the janitor to the superintendent. You would never know the difference based on the way that he treats people, which is just a really, really great quality to have.
Dan Navarre would be since he likes trains, he would be the conductor for the train. He makes sure that we're going down the right train track, so to speak, and that we're doing things the way we need to, and keeping us accountable for everything that we're doing.
He's so willing to share his knowledge, and I think Dan views himself so much as a teacher, especially at this point in his life, and I'm so thankful that I was able to come here and learn from him.
Whether in the workplace or within the community, through his mentor moments and charisma, Dan has had an impact on all those he has come in contact with.
I think my favorite memory of Dan would be at last year's Christmas party. We were playing this silly game after we were done eating, and it was, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a reindeer game, and we had to stuff balloons into nylons. And then whoever got it done first had to put the nylons on their head and sing a song to look like a reindeer. And I think a lot of places you would expect the director to kind of step out of that and not participate. But not only did he participate, he won, and he was just on fire with it. And he was so excited and sang the song so loud, and it was a really cool moment.
And the give and take with him is great. I mean, I'll come in at Michigan State Week and I'll wear a Michigan sweatshirt. And the look on his face is just priceless. Of course, because Dan is a state grad and a diehard one at that.
He also has a love for nature. Where he lives in his backyard is full of different animals, so I always enjoy having those conversations about the fox in his backyard or all the other birds that he talks about in his bird feeding station. So we have that nature connection that we get to talk about every once in a while.
I think that he is just a personal friend, and one that I would choose for a friend regardless of what his job might be. And there are people who come and go in our lives like that, and Dan is one that I treasure.
You know, Dan is one of those individuals that is apparently unflappable, and he's always been a great friend to me personally, and we see each other again at a lot of events, so we have a lot of contact with him, and so we're always out to dinner together, going to doing things together, this community event, whether it be this or that, so we see quite a bit of him. So, but he's also someone that is a great professional contact.
One of the first years that I worked here, we gave him as a staff an elf hat, and we usually have a Christmas luncheon that the whole staff eats together, like one of the last days before the winter holidays. And this particular elf hat kind of goes back and forth when you talk. So he's trying to do his serious talk of like the state of the union or the state of the recreation department and what we've done for the last 12 months with this hat waving in the breeze and the jingle bell going jingle, 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 jingle while he's trying to speak to us. And everybody's laughing and he's still straight-faced going on with this thing, wiggling on his head, playing jingle bells while he's talking. And I think that will be one of my fondest memories.
Through every endeavor, Dan Navarre has touched the lives of all those he has worked with. And with a bittersweet departure as he moves on to his next platform, we say farewell.
Dan, happy retirement. I know you've been here for a very long time. Even though my time with you has been short, it's been great. And you're a wonderful boss and a wonderful member of the community, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks, Dan, for all the hard work that you put in here to make sure that we have all the things that we need and treat us well as far as all the benefits that we have and such. Just thanks for the great job.
Well, Dan, I enjoy working with you, and I know that you've done a fantastic job. You will have huge shoes to fill, and I know that your legacy in this community will carry on, and I do hope that you are not absent from community life. I'm sure you won't be, and we look forward to many years of associating with you, and enjoy those trains that you have.
Dan, you have been a great friend to me and counsel to me during my tenure here, and I'm going to miss you dearly. Hopefully I'll be able to keep in contact with you after you leave, and I wish you and your wonderful wife the best of life, many years of service you've given here to the community, and we thank you for it.
Hey Dan, I hope you enjoy all your leisure time. I'm sure that the seniors would enjoy having you come back, especially at 5 o'clock for Restaurant Ramblers, and hop into Open Game Room and teach you how to play Mahjong, but enjoy your time off, and it's been great working for you the last 11 years.
Well, Dan, it's been a long time, 16 years we worked together, and I know you're going off into retirement. You don't seem like you were excited to leave. You're going to miss work. However, like I told you, with all your other activities, especially your trains, and I'm sure after about a year you'll forget about us and move on, and you'll be just traveling all over and having a great time. And occasionally I hope to see you stop by the garage with a broken piece of equipment, and the guys will be more than happy to fix it. So hoping you and Annette well in your future endeavors.
Dan, good luck with the fishing, and enjoy working with the trains. And you'll be missed, but you can run but you can't hide. We'll still find you and come see you and heckle you, so enjoy.
Congratulations, you've worked, done a heck of a job here, and obviously we're going to miss you. And hopefully you'll come visit us at least once in a while, and hopefully you enjoy all of your travels now that you are retired and get to enjoy life to its fullest.
Dan, enjoy your retirement. You have definitely earned it, and we're going to really, really miss you.
Enjoy retirement. I hope your train business goes really well, and hope you get to go everywhere and see everything you want to do, and go green.
Dan, I don't think I will be the first or last person to say this, but we will miss you dearly. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the past 16 years and what you've developed in this department that makes people want to come to work every day. And I always tell my staff, you have to find something to do that you want to, that'll get you out of bed in the morning. And I have to say that you've played no small part in me wanting to get out of bed every morning and come here to work. Thank you.
We will miss you. I will miss you. I know you won't be bored, but if you are, you don't live that far away, so you can always come and visit us. And you can take us out to lunch instead of us taking you out to lunch.
Dan, congratulations on your career and success here in West Bloomfield. You've been a good friend and co-member of our Optimist Club here, and we've done many, many projects together, and certainly going to miss you. I wish you all the best, and enjoy your trains as you enjoy your retirement. So all the best, my friend.
I would say to Dan, as I said to Jay, quoting the Bible verse, well done, good and faithful servant. He knows the business, he knows what he's done, but he also is a human being, and really a great human being. So I would say to Dan, keep on keeping on.